Hello everyone, welcome to my video presentation on the topic Navigating the Interaction of Academic Integrity and Assessment Security in the Generative AI Era. In this talk, I'll first take a look at the current discussions of authorship in other disciplines, and then I will discuss the literature about plagiarism, assessment security, and academic integrity. And I will also share how I've been using autoethnography as a tool to reflect and inform my teaching practice as an EAP practitioner. And this is the link to my slides. So the theme of this year's bullet point, who is the author now? This question made me wonder how other disciplines, specifically in philosophy, law, and creative arts, how do they think about authorship in terms of generative AI? So this is what I found, the statement announced by the Committee on Publication Ethics, whose standards inform the policies and practices of many philosophy journals. And it has declared that AI tools cannot be listed as an author of a paper because AI cannot take the responsibility for the submitted work. So this is one of the examples in the philosophy discipline. And I also found the New York University Law Forum held in this April, composed by experts in law, arts, and copyright. This forum explored how the law would handle generative AI in the following years. An age-old question about authorship was raised in the forum. In 1939, photography was invented, and people at that time were very anxious about the idea of half-man, half-machine creations. But at the same time, photography also brought many new possibilities. Artists like Andy Warhol, who was famous for experimenting with the idea of what authorship could look like when humans and machines collaborate. So now we are facing a similar situation that both freaks us out and gets us excited. Obviously, it's difficult to provide comprehensive reviews of the current discussions in all the disciplines, but the two examples presented here have suggested some major issues related to authorship, such as can this type of half-human, half-machine, can this type of hybrid creation be protected by copyright law? And who should be held accountable for this hybrid creation? And will this hybrid creation infringe incentives for pure human creativity? I think new definition of authorship needs to be done to meet diverse needs of particular discipline within particular context. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. And this leads me to the second part of the talk, that is how plagiarism, academic integrity, and assessment security were researched before ChatGPT, and what's the new directions and possibilities for the future. Plagiarism in higher education is identified as a particular type of academic misconduct. Given the role technology plays in higher education, Eaton offers a framework of plagiarism in 21st century that may help key stakeholders, including students, teachers, and managers, to update institutional academic integrity policies and procedures. And in this framework, plagiarism goes beyond text and ideas theft. In some cases, theft of data, such as in a lab or in a research team, is also considered plagiarism. And in the field of computer science and computer engineering, plagiarism could be unauthorized replication of source code, including software, apps, algorithms, and other kinds of intellectual products. And in artistic disciplines, there are different forms of plagiarism in music, design, and art. And this year, Eaton expands on her previous research on plagiarism, proposing 6 tenets of post-plagiarism. Here we can see that she's trying to redefine and reimagine academic writing in higher education, including hybrid human-AI writing will become the norm. Human creativity will be enhanced. Language barriers will disappear. Humans can relinquish control but no responsibility. Attribution remains important. And finally, historical definitions of plagiarism will no longer apply. Then, what's the new definition of plagiarism now? Well, I think we all need some more time to work it out. Traditionally, there are 2 main approaches to plagiarism and cheating. On the one hand, academic integrity takes a more positive and value-based stance towards plagiarism. For example, the International Center for Academic Integrity proposes the 6 fundamental values: honesty, trust, fairness, respect, responsibility, and courage. Common strategies taken in this camp including teaching referencing and paraphrasing skills. And in contrast, assessment security is about detecting and deterring students who look for loopholes of the assessment system. Strategies for this camp include invigilating the exams, using text matching tools like Turnitin, and online proctoring. And as we transition from plagiarism to AI-assisted plagiarism, which approach would work better, academic integrity or assessment security? Recently, there's an article published by a group of educational psychology researchers. They categorize 6 assessment reactions for generative AI, including ignore, ban, and invigilate. These options are more on the side of assessment security. And there are also options of embracing, redesign, and rethinking. They are more on the side of academic integrity. And then they discuss the viability in the short, medium, and long term. They use the color red to suggest not viable. Orange is care needed, and green is most viable. So in their opinion, embracing and rethinking the assessment design seem more viable in the mid and long term. Also, researchers of academic integrity have been advocating to include students as key stakeholders in the process of developing the policy. By doing so, it can not only mitigate the tension between faculty and students, but also help teachers and managers to design better assessment for students' learning. So when discussing assessment redesign, it's also important to understand students' perspectives of generative AI. And recently, there is a research paper about investigating university students in Hong Kong and Australia about their thoughts of AI. And the initial finding is that students are aware of the risks of AI in education. and they think AI is key to their future careers. And the students want the units to teach them how to use AI properly, ethically. And also on the YouTube channel, digitally enhanced education webinars curated by University of Kent. There is a playlist titled Using AI in Education, a Student Voice. They invited students from different universities, different disciplines across the UK, presenting their views of generative AI. And the presenting students show that they are aware of the benefits and limitations of AI. And in terms of ethical and equitable use of AI, these students think that AI systems should be implemented ethically with proper consideration of prompts and references. Also, concerns regarding privacy, data protection, bias, and discrimination need to be addressed with proper training while ensuring digital equity and preventing social divisions. So, by reading research papers and attending seminars and panel discussions as an EAP practitioner, how can I transform my teaching practice considering the impact of generative AI? I think most of us, if not all, agree that there is no quick solution to generative AI in higher education. And we are currently in the time when various stakeholders are exploring the possibilities for the future education. So I think probably autoethnography could be a great tool to keep us informed and reflective on our teaching practice. I started my autoethnography project around January this year. I've used Zotero to manage all kinds of references related to generative AI, and I used Logseq to take my learning and reflective notes. Looking back so far, my understanding of ChatGPT is like this. First, pessimistic. My concern was like, what if students stop reading and learning? But as I went along and picked up some prompt skills, I came to realize that if leveraged and designed well, generative AI could be a handy tool for students, teachers, and researchers. And currently, my view is that I want to develop my critical AI literacy for myself and my students to get prepared for the future. Experts from different disciplines within different contexts have proposed different versions of critical AI literacy. And in my own version, I'm taking inspiration from two key sources. First, critical pedagogy in language education, focusing on teaching for social justice. And second, AI literacy in higher education, focusing on developing students' ability to critically understand and ethically use AI to make a better society, and preparing students to navigate themselves in the AI road. And I believe this is just the very beginning of the transformative journey for my students and myself. And I'm looking forward to experimenting with these ideas alongside my students. Yeah, so thank you for coming to my video presentation, and this is the reference list. Okay, thank you, bye bye.